All right. Why? Tell me why, please. Tell me why. Did you know my wife? Did you know my wife? Did you know my wife? Did you know my fucking wife? Did you? Did you? Action.
Now, of course, you must remember that fear takes a million different forms.
They're putting up the American flag because they're shooting a film in Canada, and it's supposed to be someplace in the States.
It was kind of funny, a Danish production ended up in Winnipeg, of all places. And the sole reason was for financing, tax credits. Nicholas Winding, he wanted to shoot it in chronology. He wanted to shoot it in script order. And I just said, what? I've never, fuck, that's crazy. Nobody does that,
It's not a movie that's like another movie. That's for sure. And I got to tell you, because I haven't made a movie like this, and I've made a lot of movies.
Et halvt år før Bliv var færdig, havde jeg ligesom besluttet mig for, at jeg ville lave min første engelsksprogede film. Og det eneste, jeg vidste, det var, at den skulle være en thriller, og det skulle være med Hubert Selby Jr. som medforfatter.
The thing that interested me, because the only thing I can remember now, so that's what must have really appealed to me. Emotions and making a film on more than one level.
Karakteren Harry Kane, som den her film handler om, er meningen, at han skulle være en almindelig amerikaner, der bor.
And Bruce Springsteen has kind of been reading the lyrics from a lot of his songs has been excellent for me. It's really about a guy who's going through loss and his journey and in his mind and his in his dreams.
Nicholas has a natural inclination to obsessions. He's wacko in his own way. I mean, after all, he was just a kid and he made those first two movies. And look at the subject matter he chose. So we're kind of meshing here. How do we show that one aspect, for instance, of Harry? Kate's a certain degree of obsessiveness in his personality. Life is an inside job. And that's what has always fascinated me. What goes on inside? You see somebody doing something, and don't use, now why is that guy doing that? Well, that's a good question. Why in the hell is he doing that? Yeah. And that's what fascinates me.
Han er ordentlig, han er patentlig. Og det er jo også det, der symboliserer, de der kort symboliserer, at han er så patentlig. Så derfor synes vi ikke, der var belæg for at lave sådan en svinesti, hvor han var gået fuldstændig i opløsning, fordi så ville han sikkert ikke være så konstruktiv. Så derfor er John Turturro også Harry på den måde, at han egentlig er så nærmest som om, han er vågen 24 timer i døgnet, og lidt manisk, og søger og søger og søger.
This is the kind of movie that I can't rely on just my skill, because so much of it is silent and so much of it is what he's experiencing, and I have to, approximate that. Thank God when the day is over I can have a beer and I don't have to live with, that way. But a lot of nights I can't sleep. I just can't sleep.
It's possible that what he says is true. He just wants to know why. And maybe he needs to know why, because otherwise God is a culprit. God is responsible for his wife and child's death, and we can't live with that. So we got to find the man to an audience, although I don't know. But in writing it, it's like kind of ironic. Yeah, I got a bad guy, but he's such a nice bad guy.
Balance is the key word.
Yeah.
You know, balance and try to make the guy as human as he is. Not just make him like some obvious character.
Just wants to do the right thing.
But I mean, you look at this.
That's why I always wanted to avoid all form of aggression in here and so forth.
It's so old.
Yeah.
Fucked if this doesn't get any.
Good.
Whereas this one actually, you know, that one looks like it's been torqued so much it was trying to.
I've done some of my best work on this. I really feel that I've done some of my best work on this film.
Because they even become too wimpy.
Yeah, I didn't want to be.
And men of ideals are not wimps.
Yes. Exactly.
One thing about Nicholas is that he really knows film, and he knows a lot about films. So it's very interesting just to talk to him about that. And I learned a lot from that kid. I'm more than twice his age. My youngest child is a few years older than he is.
Yeah, so just this. Yeah. Let him go in the door, and then we do the tracking from front.
This is what we're setting up for right now.
Yes. We're setting up from this one, moving up, going like this. Let him walk down, open the hallway, go in. Then we turn around, set the camera here,
Dolly back.
open up and dolly back.
All the way to the same thing.
Yes. So let's do it. Udadtil skal man være den der autoritære status, som ved, hvad man gør, og det skal måske ligesom lede et helt hold af forskellige spillere og teknikere osv. Finansiører i den her retning, ikke? So let's hope that's what I'm saying. But we got 12 hours of it, right?
It'll be fine. Once he's lit, it's like it's lit. The whole set will be lit. Just shoot.
Og samtidig med indeni tænker man, gud, det her, det går aldrig godt. Det bliver en total fiasko. Nogle gange havde jeg at stå op, altså bare det, at fordi at jeg stod op klokken 6 om morgenen, for jeg skulle være der en time før alle, ikke? Og så arbejder man helt ind til om aftenen eller sent eftermiddag, og så kommer jeg hjem, og så skal jeg se prøve, og så skal jeg forberede mig, og så skal jeg spise, og så skal jeg tænke, og så skal jeg være lidt deprimeret, og så skal jeg være lidt glad, og så jeg kan komme alle følelserne igennem, og så skal jeg sove lidt, og så op igen næste morgen. Jeg fik grå hår at lave den her film.
I like him a lot. I think he's a really, for a guy his age, very open and mature in a way that he allows other people to make it better. And I think that's a great thing to have.
I starten var det meget sådan en slags to, der skulle clashe, ikke? Og det er jo ikke konstruktivt. Så det var ikke særlig sjovt i starten. Men når vi så lærte hinanden bedre at kende, og han lærte at stole mere på mine valg og hvad jeg ville og sådan noget, så blev det også bedre og bedre og bedre. Ikke?
Yeah, okay, I got you now.
And then,
now I understand.
Yeah, and then what's important is after he pushes you away, then we go over shoulder, and then that becomes important, you know?
You mean over the shoulder going down?
Yeah, going down.
Yeah, right. No, okay.
And I do think that
You got a good, that was a good idea to do that thing.
it was terrific.
Jeg havde der i starten, og igen med min erfaring fra Danmark, så kunne jeg simpelthen ikke forstå, hvorfor vi skulle bruge så mange penge på at have en star-trailer og en limo. Og selvfølgelig har det rigtig meget at gøre med forfængelighed, men jeg fandt også ud af med specielt John Turturro, hvad han brugte det til, fordi han havde simpelthen brug for et sted, hvor han kunne trække sig tilbage til at koncentrere koncentrere sig. Så i modsætning til, hvad vi kender fra danske, hvor man går, altså folk går rundt og snakker med hele filmholdet og griner og det hele, så går de på. Altså når han gik på sættet for at blive instrueret af Yang, jamen så var han 100% på og koncentreret.
Making movies is weird, you know. It's a weird thing because there are times I like to treat everybody nicely, but there are times they have to be up to where you're at too. You know what I mean? Like if it's a hard scene, say if I can get myself going, you got to be ready with the props and you got to be ready with the focus, and so rehearse it a lot. That's all, you know.
Quiet, please. All right, way down. No. Let's put the blood in.
Wait a second.
Okay.
Just be ready. Just be ready, okay?
It's not an easy movie to do. And if I didn't like Nicholas as much and we didn't get along as well, it could really be grueling.
Da er det hele så sortest ud. Vi sad der i Canada, og alle pengene var faldet fra. Så det eneste, jeg ligesom havde at tænke på, det var ligesom, jeg har trods alt haft den der sjove oplevelse og har arbejdet sammen med Hasselby. Så det var ligesom vigtigt, at næsten film blev lavet.
I feel that this is such a partnership, a true partnership in creating this script, that I can't for the life of me think that what may have been mine and what may have been his.
Det, der holdt mig ligesom fokuseret, det var, at den scene, hvor Harry står inde i elevatoren sammen med Claire, hun går ud i mørke, og han følger efter hende. Den scene på en eller anden måde repræsenterede hele filmens kerne, for det var den første scene, jeg nogensinde havde udtænkt.
When there was no natural light, the great painters used candlelight. And so I think it's uncomplicated. I think it's a fairly straightforward way of working, fairly quick. There was no time to light anything. It's almost been done at documentary pace. And ultimately, you just had to be inventive with what you had. There was no pre-plan. We just came in, saw a set, did what we had to do with what we had to work with.
Jeg kan da huske, lige da jeg mødte ham og sådan noget, så snakkede vi om, hvad er det for et format, vi skal lave filmen i. Hvilke linser, hvilke vinkler bruger du og sådan noget. Og så siger han, jeg bruger en 22 mm, Peter. Vi kommer til at se alt, hvad du laver, siger han så. Så griner han. Og så tænker man, okay, godt.
Første gang, jeg nogensinde blev bevidst om lys i film, det var, da jeg så Shining for mange år siden. Og min mor kom ind, og det var lige der, hvor han står. Det er Nielsen, står ved baren og snakker med tjeneren. Og det var bartenderen. Og der kommer lys nedefra, og min mor siger, Gud, en fantastisk lyssætning. Det var første gang, jeg pludselig blev bevidst egentlig om, hvad lys gjorde. Og så senere hen, så er det så Larry, der har designet den lyssætning. Det griner vi meget af, at det var jo at være en cirkel, der var ved at finde sin ende her.
Corrupt law enforcement is a cancer. It eats at the heart and moral fabric of society. Without law, there is no order. We all knew and accepted the possibility of this event happening.
I like the way it's shot. It's scary.
Ja, altså man kan sige, Ino Svalnes musik, som jeg hørte, mens jeg skrev, og mens vi optog, og bagefter. Jeg hørte rigtig meget endda. Det var selvfølgelig med til at lægge et tempo i filmen også, som var sådan meget meditativt. Var mere beskrevet en tilstand i virkeligheden. Det var sgu alt musik. Det skulle ligge som sådan en flade over det hele. Og det var med til at give den der meditative tilstand, så man sad bare, man sidder sådan og flyver ud i det, ikke? Vi skylder holdet nummer 200 og hvad? How much do we owe the Danish crew?
The total amount is 300 and plus 1,000 kroner.
Okay, så 300, omkring 300.000 skylder vi det danske hold, og det bliver så kørt i stedet mandag. Og den eneste grund til, at vi kan, hvis vi, det er, at englænderne og amerikanerne og spillerne er gået med til at køre videre i det, de tror på outcome af. Så skal jeg gå en tur eller sådan nogle ting, og så når jeg kommer tilbage, står der 4 folk. Man kan jo sige, at fordi den her film var så svær at finansiere, så var vi på en eller anden form for en rejse imod et ukendt resultat, vi ikke vidste, ville blive til noget eller ikke blive til noget. Og det var som om, at vi næsten blev Harry Kane, ikke? Jeg havde da også nogle meget underlige drømme, mens vi lavede film, eller mens op til vi skulle til at lave den, ikke? Så det var hårdt.
Papers and stuff, yeah, sort of restore them back to the normal setting, and then we'll sort of go from there, I think.
50 feet remaining. Shadow. Action.
No, go now. That's pretty good.
Another one, 20 feet. Action.
The birds are going to be flying very slow for that one.
Hey, cut.
Birds are going to be like that.
Think we got enough there, huh?
Yeah, we got enough.
Hey, check the gate.
Let's check the gate.
Say bye-bye to Brian, our stand-in.
Well,
thank you. Thank you, Dan. Hope you had a good time.
Everything. I had a great time.
Oh, good. Good.
Well, me and Mr. Salby, Hubert Salby, we used to go to lunch every day in LA. He's 73, so I would come to him and work, and we could never think of a title. So we said, well, Fear, that sounds suspenseful, and X, well, that kind of looks good, maybe. And then we kind of put it together that way.
Now, of course, you must remember that fear takes a million different forms. Sometimes fear comes on like, I just want to help you. I mean, it's not always overt rage or anger or vengeance. Sometimes it's saintly.
X er ligesom det udefinerbare, ikke? Det uvidende. Og frygt, det er ligesom, han frygter det uvidende, men fordi han ved ikke, hvad det er. Selvom jeg har måske nok lavet film inde i mit hoved, hvordan jeg godt kunne tænke mig, at den skulle se ud. Men jeg ved jo også, at når jeg tager noget af mit hoved og giver den til andre mennesker, så bliver den anderledes. Og det er jo også det, der bliver det sjove. Hvad bliver det så? Bliver det bedre eller dårligere eller whatever? Men det vil i hvert fald blive noget, som jeg glæder mig til at opdage, hvad er.
About 35 years ago, my wife was a bartender right up here, and that was on the jukebox, and that was our song.